biggest habit change you can make today to change your life is to set a bedtime alarm every single night. The bedtime alarm is going to signify your preparation for the day ahead. And it is so important and so essential to prepare for the day ahead. And anything that you want to do in life and that you want to do well, you prepare for it. Whether it's a business meeting, a speech, a sporting event, any type of meeting a new person, you prepare for it. And so why do we not prepare for the day ahead? If you think about it, life is made up of the days within it, and it is so important for you to have a good day every single day. And in order for you to have a good and productive day every single day, you must prepare for the day ahead. And this is why the bedtime alarm is so important, because it signifies preparation for the day ahead. Anything that you want to do, anything, if you do not prepare for it, you are going to feel lost, you're going to feel without direction, and you're going to feel like, fuck, I screwed up. And this is why you want to prepare for the day ahead. Because so many people in their day, they have no idea what to do. They have no direction. They have no goals. They have no purpose. They have no mission. They have no daily process in order to get to their goals. And they wonder why they feel so lost, right? It's because they didn't prepare for the day ahead. So this is the number one best habit you can do in order to change your life, right? Because if you want to have an amazing life and a great life, you must prepare for it, and you must prepare for the day ahead. Every single thing in life is made up of compounding interest, and so are the days within it, right? If you have a good day every single day, that is going to compound over time, and it's going to end up with you having an amazing life, okay? So if you want to have an amazing life, you must prepare for the day ahead, right? And it also works in the other way, right? If you have a bad day every single day, and every single day is not productive, every single day you're lost, every single day you have no direction, what that is going to lead to is you having a life with no direction, with no purpose, with no mission, and ultimately a life that is no good, right? You do not want that. And so in order for you to change that, in order for you to have good days, and in order for you to get that compounding interest to have an amazing life, you must prepare for every day, right? That is why setting a bedtime alarm is so important, because 30 minutes before bed is your time to prepare for the day ahead, okay? So what you want to do is, no matter what time you must go to sleep, right? Let's say you wake up at 6 a.m. every single day, and you want to get 8 hours of sleep, so you go to bed at 10. 30 minutes before 10 o'clock, so at 9:30, you want to set a bedtime alarm. And what this signifies is the preparation for the day ahead, but it also signifies you're winding down and you getting ready for sleep. And what you want to do is you want to get off your phone, and then you want to pull out a pen and a notebook, and I'm going to break that down why. So you set your bedtime alarm. You have 30 minutes before you go to sleep. Now, what do you do in this 30 minutes to prepare for the next day so you have a great day, and then you get that compounding interest day after day after day, and you end up with an amazing life? How you want to prepare for the day ahead is you want to pull out a pen and a notebook, okay? And what you want to write down in this notebook is your 5-4-5, okay? So after your bedtime alarm goes off, yes, you want to wash your face, brush your teeth, but then you want to pull out your pen, you want to pull out your notebook, and you want to write down the 5-4-5 method, okay? And the 5-4-5 method is so simple, so easy, so repeatable. Every single person can do it, right? After you set your bedtime alarm, you know it's preparation for the next day. If you want to have a productive day, this is how you prepare for it, okay? 5-4-5. So the first 5 is going to be the 5 goals that you want to accomplish within the next 6 months, right? So many people, they have no goals, they have no direction, they have no mission, no purpose, they have no idea what they want to do, and then they get to their 30s, they get to their 40s, and they're still lost. They still have no direction, and they felt like they wasted all of their time. And the reason why is because they set no goals. They had no preparation for the day ahead, right? In order for you to achieve any goal, anything in life, you must have a direction, and you must have a certain goal to get there. You have your bedtime alarm set. Now what do you do within that 30 minutes before you must go to sleep, right? So obviously you want to brush your teeth, wash your face, and get off your phone for the night. But the other thing that you want to do is you want to pull out a pen, and you want to pull out a notebook, and you want to write down your 5-4-5, okay? And what the 5-4-5 is the 5 goals that you want to accomplish within the next 6 months, the 4-step morning routine, and then the 5 daily needle moving tasks that you must do in order to accomplish those goals, in order to get to those goals, right? And having a goal is really no guarantee that you're going to get to it, but not having a goal is a guarantee that you won't. So this is why you must write down goals, right? If you want to get to a certain point in life, if you want to accomplish a certain thing, you have to have a goal. You have to have a set in stone direction, purpose, mission, a thing that you want to get to. because that will give you an opportunity. It'll give you a chance. Your brain will know where to go, your mind will know where to go, and the universe will know where you want to go, and it'll give you the steps to get there, okay? So this is why the 5-4-5 is so important, because you want to write down your 5 goals right before bed, right? And when you write down these goals right before bed, it gives your brain time to think, dwell on it, to sleep on it, and to like go through visualizations while you're sleeping, all of this different type of stuff. So when you wake up, boom, you know exactly what to do, okay? So the 5 goals that you want to accomplish in the next 6 months and how you want to write them down is in I am statements, right? So for one, it could be, I am going to bench 225 for 6 within the next 6 months, right? You want to do an I am statement for one, the goal, and then the third thing is going to be the time frame, right? You have to give yourself a time frame for when you want to accomplish it, or else it's just blowing in the wind. You never know when it's going to happen. It could happen this time, it could happen then time, and it gives you some urgency. It gives you an ability to light a fire under your ass because you have this time frame that you must hit, okay? So, number one, you want to do like a financial goal, a personal goal, a professional goal, a relationship goal, whatever the goals that you want to accomplish, write them down and write them down in detail, right? So for me, I want to be able to bench 225 for 6, right? So what I'm going to write down is I am going to bench 225 for 6 by January 1st, 2027 by doing these tasks every single day, okay? Not every single day, but every single week, okay? And then you just repeat that for your other 4 goals. And you want to do it within the next 6 months, right? Because this gives you an actual time frame and an actual thing to go get, right? Obviously, you want to have long-term goals and things you want to accomplish down the road, and you could write those down too. Whatever is more important or better for you, more viable for you, you should write down, but I think it's easiest to do within the next 6 months, right? So I am statement, the goal, and then the time frame, okay? So that's your first 5. Now, the next step in the 5-4-5 method is going to be the 4-step morning routine, right? And the 4-step morning routine is so important because you want to have a repeatable morning routine you do every single morning when you wake up before you get into that work, before you do the hard tasks, right? If you just wake up and you don't know what to do in the morning, you wake up and you might have write these 5 goals down, but then you wake up and you're like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't have a morning routine. I'm just going to scroll on my phone, and that's going to just set you up for failure, right? You don't want to wake up and the first thing you do is scroll on your phone, look at bullshit, waste your time, right? You want to have a morning routine that gets you set in stone, gets you moving, gets you having some momentum, so you go into your day and you know exactly what to do, and it's easy from there, right? An object in motion stays in motion, but an object at rest stays at rest. So if you have no morning routine, you're just going to stay at rest. You're going to stay in the same mode of that sleeping mode, and you're not going to ever get going, okay? So your 4-step morning routine is simple, easy, repeatable tasks, right? My 4-step morning routine is to wake up at a certain time. So wake up at 6 a.m., right? Number 2 is going to be drink 32 ounces of water. Number 3 is make my bed. Number 4 is cold shower and meditate. That is what I do every single morning, and then I get into my deep work. Then I get into exactly what I need to do in order to accomplish those goals. So that's your 5, that's your 4, and then the other 5 of the 5-4-5 method is going to be the daily process and that daily needle moving task in order for you to accomplish those goals, right? So in order for you to reach any goals, you have to have a certain daily process and a certain things that you do every single day in order to get there, right? You can have goals, you can have a morning routine, but if you do nothing on your daily journey to get to those goals, you're never going to get there, right? You have to put in the work. And the 5th thing to write down is the 5 tasks that you're going to do in order to get there. And I would recommend writing down the hardest one first, and then after you do your morning routine in the morning, doing that task first. Whatever the most difficult task is that you need to do in order to get to your goal, do that one first. Get that one knocked out of the way first, okay? So you write down your 5 goals, 4-step morning routine, and then the 5 daily needle moving tasks in order to get to those goals, right? Have the 5 needle moving tasks be a reflection of those goals, right? So if you want to bench 225, how are you going to lift? How are you going to improve physically that day in order to get to that goal, right? So for me, I might write down, I'm going to crush chest and back tomorrow and do 10 sets of chest. Or I'm going to stretch and foam roll so my body's prepared for the week ahead so I can bench more, right? Simple things like that. And then the next thing might be, I'm going to film 1.5 hours of content. I'm going to do 1.5 hours of deep work on my business. I'm going to do 1.5 hours of reading, 1.5 hours of writing. Whatever the case may be, in order for you to accomplish goals, you have to have certain things that you do within your day to get to those goals, and things that you do every single day, right? If you want to get somewhere, you should be doing something every single day in order to get there. The third reason why setting a bedtime alarm is so important is because it saves you from all of the dumb shit. Think about all the dumb shit that happens late at night. Drinking, partying, drugs, hooking up with girls, weed, DUIs. All of that stuff happens late at night. And if you had a bedtime alarm and you stuck to it and you followed it every single night, you would never partake in that stuff. You would never do that stuff, right? Yes, there is a time and a place to go out, to be with your friends, to have a good time, to be social, right? But a lot of the stuff that is bad for society and bad for people in general happens late at night. And even if you've lived a perfect life, you've done everything right in your entire life, one dumb decision, one time drinking and getting into a car, whatever dumb decision that you made can change the course of your life and could ruin your life, right? So this is why setting a bedtime alarm and following it is so important, right? No matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, no matter who you are with, that bedtime alarm is telling you to go home and to go to sleep. And there have been so many times when I have had this bedtime alarm go off and I didn't follow it. I didn't stay disciplined and I didn't stick to it, right? And then it led to some dumb shit. And what it led to was me not being prepared for the next day, me being hungover the next day, me having no preparation, no mission, no direction, no purpose the next day when I woke up because I did not prepare for it, because I stayed out, I didn't get good sleep, I wasn't focused, I didn't prepare. Life gets so much easier and better when you cut out the dumb shit. When you stop drinking, when you stop going out, when you stop partying, when you stop doing drugs, hooking up with girls and all of that different stuff, life is so much easier and better. You have more energy, you have higher mood, you have increased confidence, increased attractiveness, you have a mission, you have a purpose, and you have an actual direction in life, and you feel so much more fulfilled as a man. Take it from me, as someone who used to DJ, produce, go to parties, throw parties, hook up with girls, do all of that type of stuff. Life is so much better now because it's just easy, it's simple. I have a mission, I have a purpose, I have a direction, and now I want to share that with everybody else. And that just came from me sacrificing the bullshit. Me cutting out the dumb shit allowed for space to come in for the good stuff in my life. And so that is why having that bedtime alarm is so important, is because you sacrifice the bullshit. You sacrifice the dumb shit. And now you have a purpose, now you have a direction, and you are prepared for the life that you want to live ahead. Set your bedtime alarm, you did your 5-4-5, you're cutting out the bullshit. The final thing that you want to do before you go to sleep is to just read. Reading for 10 minutes a day is a great way to increase your attention span, but also it's a great way to just segue yourself into a nice, deep, and REM sleep. Every single night you want to be well rested, you want to get your sleep, you want to get your deep, you want to get your REM, and a great way to do that and a great way to segue into that is to just read. Reading is a little boring, it's a little mundane, and it'll put you right to bed. And then another thing that reading is going to do, it's going to increase your attention span. In today's society, in today's day and age, people have no attention span. They have no ability to focus on a task for a long period of time. And if you want to win at life, if you want to be successful, you must have the ability to focus on a task and have a longer attention span so you can do stuff for long periods of time, right? Any task, anything you want to get to, anything that you want to do with your 5 daily needle moving tasks, it's going to take some attention span. It's going to take some focused work. And so you must train your attention span to be able to do that for longer periods of time. And reading is a great way to reset your mind, rewire your brain to have that longer attention span. So every single night before you go to bed, just read for 10 minutes, right? You can read whatever you want. I don't care what it is. Self-help is great. Fiction is great. Nonfiction is great. Whatever you want to read. But reading is so important and so essential for you to focus your mind, to have a greater attention span, because it's so annoying when you're reading a book and then you get lost, your mind goes off on a tangent, and then you have to come back, read it again, right? So your mind and your brain is just getting trained to increase that attention span, to be more focused, to be more disciplined, and to have some direction, okay? So you do your 5-4-5, you cut out the bullshit, you read before bed, you get a great night's sleep, you prepare for the next day, you increase your attention span, right? All of these things are so great and so essential before you go to bed in order for you to have a great day the next day. And if you have a great day every single day of your life, you are gonna have an amazing life. So this is why setting a bedtime alarm is the easiest, the simple, and the best habit that you can implement today in order to change your life and live an amazing, great, focused, disciplined, purposeful, mission-filled life.